Hey everyone, I wanted to do just like a really quick video because I haven't had anything up in a million years. Basically, I've just been slammed a lot of travel. I had all the stuff from my house in Hawaii shipped here to the mainland because we're turning that into a vacation rental. And so I'm now trying to combine two houses into, two houses of stuff into one. It's kind of been a nightmare. So basically, this is the planner collaboration that Scooterbug Corner and the 1407 planners did with PenGems. PenGems provided a exclusive pen for this set. Only 200 were made during the initial sale. I guess 190 were sold because they had 10 left over. Long story short, I did not purchase when they initially went live. I knew when they went live, I looked at it and I passed. I really, really regretted it. So when they said they had 10 left, I jumped on it and they offered them up at 9 p.m. and I had checked out by 9:01. So I got one of the 10 leftovers and I am so glad that I did. So first things first, this is a planner that was done by Scooterbug Corner. She's on Etsy. You can buy her planners on Etsy, and I guess they're really popular. I had seen them, but I had not purchased anything from her, and I did think that her planners were really cute though. And I am very glad to have this one though, because it is a very solid, well-made planner. It has the pockets here, secretarial pocket, then more pockets in the back, an elasticized pen loop, which I really prefer because too often, like the ones made out of like that kind of material, the same as the planner, they're always too small, and obviously they're not going to stretch like this one would to accommodate any size pen. So if you didn't like the pen and sold it on, some people did that. You can put your own favorite pen in there and you don't have to worry. This came with 3 sticker sheets. And I want to give a close-up of this because so many people showed photos of this on Instagram and you really couldn't make out what those words said. So, here we go. These are countdown cover-ups, and this goes on with like the first page in here. And then just a little decorative sheet. So, if you're a big fan of stickers, this, it doesn't really come with a lot, just kind of enough to get you started. You may or may not wish to purchase a kit. For me, I think this is kind of sufficient. If I want more, obviously I can make my own, but I'm very much a washi addict, so I'll probably do a lot of decorating just with washi. This came with 2 inserts, and this was the contribution by the 1407 planners. And I did not expect this one, the blank one. So that was a nice surprise to see in there. I'm sorry, I feel like this keeps, it keeps going very fuzzy, and I'm not sure why. Probably because I'm filming in my dimly lit bedroom. So this is like the big deal insert. This has all the stuff in it. It has November and December. I do wish that it also included January, because for some people their holiday season extends into January with travel and things like that. So maybe in the future they will include January as well. And especially because Christmas is really late into the month this year. So January would have been nice. This is the countdown, and these are the cover-ups you use with that. And my only gripe with this planner would probably be this particular list, because maybe you live somewhere where, there aren't a lot of other Christians around. Not every town or neighborhood has a lot of Christians. So this might not be possible. Or build a snowman, same sort of thing. And my sister is definitely allergic to animals, so I doubt she'd want to do that. She might want to donate somewhere else. But it's a nice jumping off point, but I kind of wish that maybe they'd only made half the suggestions and, you know, left the rest blank. So you could put your own in, you know, instead of maybe donate to your local pet shelter, it would be like maybe donate to your local women's shelter. You could write that in if that's important to you instead of, you know, some of the things that were suggested. Obviously, you could just white it out, but it's nicer when it's a little more seamless like that and there's not just something in the middle. I really liked this. So you could kind of sketch out a design or some ideas and mark off whether or not you've purchased this. Plenty of space for card mailing, essential shopping. This is, you know, this is what I would have liked to see for the activities. And I think this is pretty generic. Everyone's going to want those things. Black Friday, Cyber Monday. It would have been nice if they had included Small Business Saturday. Then there's online order, gift giving. There's a lot of gift giving. There's like several pages of that. Stocking stuffers I thought was really nice because for some people stockings are a very big deal. Certain cultures, you know, there's a lot more emphasis on the stocking than some other things. So this one, I don't know what this is yet, but I think it's Natasha who owns the 1407 planners. She said, keep an eye on her Instagram and she's going to show you how she uses this. So I will be doing that because I have no clue what we're doing here. And then family traditions. I really liked these things, this whole space, because my son is quite young. He's turning 4 next week. And my husband and I were kind of, you know, starting to carve out our own traditions and things like that. So it would be nice to put in things that I did in my childhood that I liked and things that I'm doing with him that I liked, so that you kind of remember it from year to year. And just memories. So you don't forget those things because it's easy to forget those things. And my husband videotapes the entire Christmas morning, but sometimes it's nice just to write like one little thing that your kid said or something like that, or just to describe their reaction, like when they see the tree or you know, go look at lights, things like that. It's a little more meaningful when you write that down as opposed to, you know, just sort of, because you can't remember really what you were thinking in that moment with everything. And it's nice to just sort of have a place to jot that down. This is quite clever. The grocery list, as is this. So if you're going to like a lot of parties and potlucks, things like that, help keep you organized. Cookie list. I burn everything. So I don't know I'm going to be using that much. My mother would need that. I've seen grown men fight over her cookies. Seriously, she's like baker extraordinaire. And this is kind of awesome too. I like this. Some good jumping off points if you can't think of what you might like to watch. This is just a good spot to journal, or you could, if people send cards with photos, or just it was a really pretty card, you could cut that out and paste that in here and do a little bit of journaling. And every page is the same. And, you know, of course, then there's the blank one. So overall, I think this was a great little kit. Shipping included, the whole thing ran $60, which I think is very, very reasonable. And it, you know, if there's one thing you liked, like you really just wanted the pen or you really just wanted the planner, I know that there are already women who are swapping these things back and forth. So if they do another one of these, and they said that they plan to do other kits like this in the future, you know, don't worry about the cost if you feel that's too high. I think all things included, it's a very good value, but you could definitely flip the pen or the planner if, you know, you didn't love the whole thing. I personally am in love with the whole thing. This pen belongs to this planner, and I'm not going to use it for other things. And for me, I kind of planned for Christmas. Like, I started buying gifts in July, maybe before that. I think I bought my first gifts for people. Like, I started buying June. I started in June. Um, so I will get a great deal of use out of this kind of year round as I come up with ideas of things I want to buy for people. Instead of emailing these ideas to myself, I have a proper place to put them, and I can kind of stash this away. So otherwise, I would just scribble it in my planner, and then other people might see it. So then it's not a secret. So yes, this is my top secret Christmas binder. And as my son gets older, I'm going to have to learn to hide it from him, I guess. It'll have to live in the safe. But yeah, I really like this. I think this was definitely worth the money. I'm looking forward to seeing what they come out with in the future. I can't say that I'd buy every kit they come out with. Obviously, I'm not going to need another Christmas kit until this one falls apart. But it's really well made, so I'm not expecting that anytime soon. I really love it. All right, so there you go. Bye.